All right, breaking news tonight. The latest Hail Mary from the January 6th committee comes in the form of a subpoena of former Trump White House counsel Pat Cipollone. Now, the move is so desperate, even the New York Times sees the futility in this, saying the move sent a clear signal of the aggressive tactics the panel is willing to use to try to force cooperation of even the White House's former top lawyer, who will most likely be able to invoke attorney-client privilege in response to many questions. So joining me now is Matt Whitaker, former U.S. attorney, former acting attorney general under President Trump. Matt, everybody knows that Pat is one of my close friends, so I'm going to disclose that. But what does this tell you about how the committee is really feeling about the strength of its so-called case?
Well, they keep trying to entice everyone with, this is the most important thing you could watch. And then when you see what they have, you're like, this doesn't tell me anything. I mean, I'm concerned that this crosses a line of really peeking into the most confidential communications at the White House. I mean, they already obviously tried to go against Mark Meadows, tried to hold him in contempt, tried to prosecute him. DOJ said, we're not going to prosecute our chief of staff. And now we're going after the White House counsel. This is, the Constitution is designed for accommodation and for this interesting dance between the legislative branch and the executive branch. This knocks it all down, and I think is really an aggressive and unnecessary step.
Well, in their accompanying letter, they basically said the need for the information outweighs any concern about the separation of powers here. In this case, I guess it would be executive privilege.
Yeah, but that overstates the case. Obviously, the president needs confidential advice from his chief of staff and from his White House counsel at a minimum. And this.
How do you operate as president if you're going to be
can't.
hauled before a committee at any time when the Democrats get in power? How do you operate? They don't want them to be able to operate. Don't you think that's what this is really all about?
Well, so they don't want Trump to operate as president. I mean, this has been obvious ever since they took control in January of 2019, and I went up and testified and sort of put them, back in their place. But, in all honesty, this is a step that they will rue the day if they are able to knock this down.
If I were they, I wouldn't want to call Pat Cipollone up there. All right, Matt, back in August of 2020, a federal appeals court ruled that House Democrats could sue to force President Trump's former White House counsel, Don McGahn, to comply with what at the time was a congressional subpoena, saying that the House has a longstanding right to compel government officials to testify and produce documents. But this is from Trump's impeachment. This is the follow-on to whether he obstructed justice in the impeachment thing. Does that provide any precedent for them calling?
I don't think
Cipollone
it does.
here?
And in fact, if you read that opinion, the court really anchors its sort of opinion in the fact that this was a impeachment and this was very grave and important. This is right now we're in a special oversight at best. I mean, one-sided, sort of no ability to cross-examine witnesses type operation. And I don't think that a court is going to hold that this is as important as an impeachment, and so therefore I think it's going to be less. But if Pat Cipollone's smart, I mean, he's going to hold his confidences. Obviously, he told the president a lot of things, and there's no, I think, competing interest that's as powerful as the need for confidential attorney-client privilege communications, as you would see, that in this committee trying to find out whether he lunged over a driver and grabbed the steering wheel.
Well, some colorful language perhaps being used in the White House, but has that never been done before, Matt?
If you read listen to the Nixon tapes, I think.
Yeah. All right, Matt, great to see you as always.
Good to see you, Laura.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.